Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, everybody. We see the thumbnail. We see the thumbnail. Wow. It has been a hell of a week dealing with people getting fired, getting banned, and, free speech. I mean, this is one of the most heated and contested issues in America. One of the most heated. And because of these recent events, people getting fired, banned, it's kind of scaring people who believe in freedom of speech. Okay? Believing in freedom of speech is not about just saying, I support free speech on social media or a public platform. It's about acting consistently to protect the First Amendment. Even when you don't like what a person says, it should be protected. People say they believe in free speech, but true support is tested when the speech you don't like comes across your feed or is expressed. People said Charlie Kirk believed in speech freedom, right? Freedom of speech. I'm sorry, I got tongue twisted. Right? They said he believed in freedom of speech. All of this should include speech from people that you find offensive, speech you disagree with politically, speech from groups that you might be opposed to. Supporting free speech doesn't just mean it's convenient for you when you like free speech. It means defending the right of all people to express themselves, not just those whose opinion matches yours. I have the right not to like what Charlie Kirk says. You have a right to like what he says. You have a right to express that you like what he says. I have a right to express that I don't like what he says. Okay. And lately, we've had people getting banned, people told that they can't speak, they can't express. And I get it, I get it. Some of this, it's related to that cancer culture thing, right? It's the cancer culture thing. Okay. When somebody wants to get shamed, fired, boycotted for something they said, I get it. But you got to fight against that cancer culture, because that's the way to support freedom of speech. It's not opposing people's efforts to silence, punish, or censor people. I don't know what the outcome of the Kimmel firing is, but for him to be canceled or fired, I don't think that he went as far as that was concerned. Now they're making it seem as though it's something else other than what it was. See, true defenders of free speech don't cheer about when somebody loses their job or their reputation for expressing their views. They just don't. They speak up for the principle of open discussion. The question on the panel, the question tonight is, do you believe in free speech? Because if you believe in free speech, you should be championing that people who got fired because they lost their job, because they were expressing themselves. You should be championing those people right to say that. Okay. Another measure of free speech is whether a person speaks out when freedom of speech is restricted. In general, in our free society, and we're supposed to have a free society, silence in the face of censorship allows it to continue. And if I can't speak and say what needs to be said or I want to say because somebody banned me, my job, I get canceled because of my YouTube. I heard that Destiny got banned, demonetized. I mean, Destiny is kind of outrageous, but he has the right to say it. But the consequences, because this is a private entity, This is the private job, a private, business. So they can fire and hire whoever they want here. If the government starts punishing critics, like we suspect maybe this regime, this administration likes to do, where we can't share our opinions, those who value free speech should raise their voices in protest and demand accountability from our government. Free speech is a collective protection. It only works if it works for everybody. It only works if it works for everybody. So when a government tries to stop people from criticizing it or criticizing a person who died, the stakes become even higher. The ability to criticize leaders, policies, government action is one of the core pillars of our democracy. Without that, abuses of power will go unchecked. Firing people at will, doing and saying whatever they want to do. That's why I find it very hard to accept that all of the established reporting comes out of the White House and we don't have any checks and balances against it. Histories are full of examples of governments that silenced critics and led to corruption, oppression, even violence. Free speech allows citizens to expose the wrongdoings, debate the ideas, and hold power accountable. Losing this freedom isn't just about losing the words, it's about losing the ability to safeguard our rights. It's also important to understand that defending free speech doesn't mean agreeing with everything that's being said. It's about protecting the process of open dialogue. This is even when it's controversial, offensive, unpopular ideas must be allowed to be expressed, because the truth and the best solutions often come from debate. This is one of the things I don't like about a collective religion. Everybody believing in the collective Christianity, national Christianity. I just don't like that sheep mentality. I never have liked that sheep mentality, where I gotta believe everything someone said. I gotta believe this happened. I gotta believe that happened. Societies that suppress speech may feel safer in the long term, but it's dangerous over time. We lose our creativity, accountability, and the chance to grow from criticism. If you don't say anything, a person will do everything. Okay? And the belief in free speech requires courage and consistency. It requires speaking up when others are silenced. When a muzzle is put on a person, it's up to you to speak out. You need to defend unpopular opinions because they're free to be expressed, and questioning attempts at censorship. If anybody tries to censor a person, whether from private companies or mobs or government, somebody should speak up. The moment we stop defending free speech for everyone, we risk losing it for ourselves. If we don't use it to protect other people, it will slowly disappear, and with it, the ability to speak freely about it. Okay? And I get it. Kimmel and Colbert, I get, regardless of whether one finds his humor funny, crude, biased, offensive, it doesn't matter. It's a test case. This is a test case. If these two can be targeted by the highest office in the land for mockery and criticism of the president, then the door is open for other voices, journalists, activists, even regular citizens to face retaliation. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? This is the slippery slope civilian libertarians have long warned us about. Did you all listen to Pam Bondi, the attorney general, speak in terms of we're going to go after people who speak X, Y, and Z? What the hell is she talking about? You don't understand that the government can't do that? That it's written in our Constitution that you can't go and try to censor people from talking. You're in the government. You have the highest law. You're the highest police person in the land. What are you talking about? This is not about two comedians losing their job. It's about the precedent of the government. People deciding which voices are acceptable in the public square and which ones are not. We don't want it. We don't want that role to happen. I don't give a damn if you're on the right, you're MAGA, anti-MAGA, Antifa. I don't give a damn. That Charlie person said that he fought for the freedom of speech. So now the MAGA and the whole crowd and the right, you need to start speaking for the right, for people to speak what they want to speak. Okay. Charlie positioned himself as someone who constantly warns about free speech being under attack on college campuses and in the media. He did that. Yet when the president, who Charlie supported, advocates for silencing Kimmel and Colbert, it's a double standard. It shows hypocrisy. Defending free speech cannot be selective. It cannot just be on the right. You cannot get to fire people from the right when you can't fire people from the left. The whole point is not to fire people at all for the speech. Either you support the right of all people to speak, even those that you can't stand, or the principle doesn't mean a goddamn thing. That's the whole point of the thumbnail. Do you believe in free speech, or that's just talk? You're just talking out your ass. Do you believe in the First Amendment, or you just talking out your ass about free speech? If conservatives and MAGA only defend speech they agree with, including progressives, including liberals, let me put all of y'all in there. If all y'all only defend speech y'all agree with while cheering suppression of the other side, the liberal side, the conservative side, y'all no different from that cancel culture that y'all didn't like years ago. Okay? The president has developed a reputation for twisting people's arms to get his way, whether in business dealings, political negotiations, or media conflict, whatever. This pattern matters because it suggests that it's called for Kimmel and Colbert to be fired in the public square might not just be empty talk. Networks fearing retaliation or loss of government favor would be pressured to comply. That type of effect is exactly what our founding fathers, sought to prevent when they enshrined protections for speech and press. So I'm asking people, are you for free speech, freedom of speech, or you're not? I don't like what these people say. I don't like people dancing. I don't like people celebrating Charlie's death. He was a human being, okay? He was a human being. You had no business cheering on a person's death, laughing at a person's death. You had no right, and you're a despicable human being. When you're despicable when you danced on George Floyd's death. You're despicable when you danced on Charlie Kirk's death. You're a despicable human being. But I will fight to the death for your right to say what you want to say. Okay? If you don't fight for the left or the right, if you're on the right, you're a MAGA, and you don't fight for the left to say what they want, then don't fucking talk to nobody about freedom of speech or Constitution. Don't fucking talk to nobody about it, because you don't mean it. And if you're on the left and you're a liberal or progressive and you don't like what Charlie Kirk said, screw you, because Charlie could say what he wanted to say. Because that's what freedom of speech is. Okay? And I'm asking the question of people. Are you really practicing what you're saying, or you just talking? You don't mean shit. Shit don't mean nothing to y'all. You just say what you want, and then, oh, let me call somebody's job and get them fired. Let me call your job, get you fired because I don't like what you say. That's pathetic. People dancing on Charlie's grave are pathetic. People who danced on George Floyd's grave, you're pathetic. But I have the strong, I will support you in what you say. Pathetic, you're pathetic, but I support your right to say it. Okay? And people say, oh, people get to say, they can say whatever they want to. They shouldn't be talking like that. No. No. We can't allow that. We cannot allow it to just stay the way it is. Okay. People celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. That's not just, it's immoral. Okay. And I hear a lot of people say what a lot of people forget, and I get it. People forget that speech isn't a shield from consequences. I get that. Okay. Because you might have the right to post stuff online, but your boss or your community or your friends might decide they don't want to be associated with you. You can lose your job, your reputation, and all that good stuff. I get that too. That's why the reaction to Charlie Kirk's death should be a wake-up call to y'all. If we get to a point where people cheer for a person's death just because of political differences, then our society has lost its moral compass. It's lost more. It's lost more than a person. It's lost its backbone, its heart. It shows how far division has gone and how much we've allowed politics to harden our heart. Standing up for free speech doesn't mean agreeing with everything that's said. It means creating a culture where disagreement doesn't turn into dehumanization. We need to remember that free speech works both ways. It protects people like Charlie when he criticized liberals, and it protects his critics when they push back. But what it should never become is a weapon to strip away people's dignity when somebody dies. That's not free speech, that's cruelty. Okay? And I don't want to agree with one person very much, Tucker Carlson. I very rarely agree with Tucker Carlson because Tucker Carlson be on some ish. But I do believe in what he said here. Let's listen to Tucker.
Notice how rare that is. It's been noted in the past couple of days, Charlie was a free speech champion. Absolutely, he was. And I pray that that's his legacy. But I also think it's important to explain why that mattered to him. It was not abstract in any sense. It was central. It was the core. Because consider what it means if you don't respect free speech, which is...
Hold on. I'm not calling you out. I'm calling all of us out. All of us out. Don't get in your fee-fees. I'm calling everyone out. You're just the latest people to cheer for Kimmel getting fired, cheer for Destiny getting fired. You're just the latest one, but it's both sides.
Another way of saying free conscience, the right of other people to make up their own minds about the basic questions of what is right or wrong, and to express their views on those issues. If you don't acknowledge the right of other people to do that, and if you take steps to prevent them from doing that, what are you really saying? You're really saying, I don't think you have a soul. I think you're a meat puppet I can control. I think you're an animal, maybe sub-animal. You're a slave. You're a person to whom I can dictate belief. I don't acknowledge that you have the right to come to your own conclusion is another way of saying I don't acknowledge that you're a human being. It's dark. There's nothing darker than that. And trust me, they believe it, the ones who've thought about it. And there are a lot of those. But for a lot of people, particularly those who are just repeating what they think they should say or responding to the momentary rage of the moment,
Did I mention black or white CM4T? Did I mention any person, black or white? Did I say the words black or white? Listen.
They just throw stuff out. And we've got to hope that the Attorney General of the United States, Pam Bondi, is in that category. She said this just yesterday. Watch.
There's free speech and then there's hate speech. And there is no place, especially now, especially after what happened to Charlie, in our society.
There's free speech and then there's hate speech. This is the Attorney General of the United States, the Chief Law Enforcement Officer of the United States, telling you that there is this other category called hate speech. And of course, the implication is that's a crime. There's almost no sentence that Charlie Kirk, and I'm not running the risk of appropriating his memory for my own ends by saying this, it's provable. There's no sentence that Charlie Kirk would have objected to more than that. And you've got to think the Attorney General didn't think it through and was not attempting to desecrate the memory of the person she was purporting to celebrate, that she just threw that out there, that she hadn't thought about it. You hope that. You hope that Charlie Kirk's death won't be used by a group we now call bad actors to create a society that was the opposite.
Now you need to listen to the Tucker Carlson regarding Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi went too far, and Tucker is about to explain that.
Opposite of the one he worked to build. You hope that. You hope that a year from now, the turmoil we're seeing in the aftermath of his murder won't be leveraged to bring hate speech laws to this country. And trust me, if it is, if that does happen, there is never a more justified moment for civil disobedience than that, ever. And there never will be. Because if they can tell you what to say, they're telling you what to think. There is nothing they can't do to you because they don't consider you human. They don't believe you have a soul. A human being with a soul.
She's the Attorney General of the United States. She's the highest police person in the land.
A free man has a right to say what he believes, not to hurt other people, but to express his views. And by the way, that thinking, and not to pile on the Attorney General, who's a very nice person, but that thinking that she just articulated on camera there is exactly what got us to a place where some huge and horrifying percentage of young people think it's okay to shoot people you disagree with, to kill Nazis for saying things they don't like. Why do they believe that? How did we get here? Is it the video games? Is it the SSRIs? Yeah, probably. But what it really is 12 and then 16 years of indoctrination in our schools at the hands of people who tell them that, who say exactly what the Attorney General just said. Well, there's free speech, which of course we all acknowledge is important, so important. But then there's this thing called hate speech. Hate speech, of course, is any speech that the people in power hate, but they don't define it that way. They define it as speech that hurts people, speech that is tantamount to violence. And we punish violence, don't we? Of course we do.
Right.
They've been taught that every year of their lives. And so naturally, most of them believe it. So when Charlie Kirk is shot in the throat with a 30-06 on camera,
right,
I doubt very many young Americans want to see something like that or actually applaud the death of a man, a father, a husband. But they've been told for their entire lives in schools exactly what Pam Bondi just told them.
Right.
Well, there's free speech, but then there's also hate speech, and woe to those who engage in it because it's a crime. That's a lie.
That's a lie. That is a lie. Hate speech is not a lie. You need to listen to Tucker. Tucker is saying the backlash of just because you don't like what someone says doesn't mean they don't have a right to say it. And the government should not be involved with trying to censor people, which is what Tucker is trying to say. Listen.
And it's a lie that denies the humanity of the people you're telling it about. And so any attempt to impose hate speech laws in this country, and trust me, there are a lot of people who would like them. There are a lot of people who'd like to codify their own.
You need to grow up, camp goer number one. If you think it's just the left, we didn't get here just because the left was speaking wild. We got here because both sides were speaking wild. Own your shit. If you're a Republican, own your shit. Own your shit. Don't just blame it on the left. Own your right shit.
Own beliefs by punishing those under the U.S. code who disagree with their beliefs. Any attempt to do that is a denial of the humanity of American citizens and cannot be allowed under any circumstances. That's got to be the red line. Because again, when they can do that, what can't they do?
The government cannot be allowed to censor people, to violate the freedom speech amendment, constitute. I think is amendment number 1. Yeah, 1. First Amendment is freedom of speech. We cannot allow them to take that right away from us. Okay. Yes. When I heard Pam Bondi talking about hate speech, I was like, oh Lord, that's crazy. Trump and MAGA never demonized left. Thomas, are you on the spectrum? Because if you got to be on the spectrum if you don't hear what the president is saying inside the White House. You got to be on the spectrum. You got to be.
And this is something, by the way, that Charlie thought about a lot, and that I
own your shit, right side, own your shit. Just like the left needs to own their shit, you need to own your shit.
Had occasion to talk to him about a lot, and I really don't want to make any of this about me because it has nothing to do with me. But I did have reason to have these conversations with Charlie a lot, many, many times over the past 3 or 4 months. And
of course they celebrated.
This began at an event that he held in Florida in July, the TPUSA MFest event, Turning Point event. I often go. I always have the best time.
No, they
I
don't.
always see Charlie ahead of time.
And you know how I know they don't? Is because we have people in here saying, the left did it. The left did it. The left is doing it. The left is doing it. Own your shit because the right does it too. Own your shit. Own your shit. Because that's all we hear is the left is doing it. The left is doing it. The hate speech is coming from the left. The left. The left. No, own your shit. Because some of it is coming from the right. Okay? Some of it is coming from the right. Your president, for sure, is saying crazy stuff from the White House. Stop it.
A cup of coffee in a hotel room, talk about what's going on. In addition to being, of course, a conservative advocate, he was also a conservative organizer, a coalition builder, and he was very involved in politics in a way that I'm not. So it was interesting as hell. But it was also a way to learn what young people are thinking about, talking about, because he was on college campuses all the time. And what is the state of a couple of big debates that are happening within the Republican coalition, particularly around foreign policy. And Charlie's views on foreign policy, which I think are fairly well known now, a lot of people lying about them, were evolving, but had really evolved.
Right. That's Tucker Carlson. Okay. That's Tucker Carlson. And I want to do the one with Ben Shapiro. Hold on. Ben Shapiro. Okay? Because I haven't seen too many people on the left doing anything. Here. This is the one on the right.
Our nation in mourning after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Supporters have been paying their...
Here we go. Here we go.
Left is making that very hard to do by pushing false narratives like the one about Charlie Kirk's suspected assassin.
Right.
ABC has suspended Jimmy Kimmel's late night show live indefinitely over remarks he made surrounding all of this. That
we do listen. You're not listening to your shit. You're not listening to your shit. I said the right needs to own their shit. Just own your shit and shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up and own your shit. Just say some of us on the right need to tone it down. That's all the fuck you need to say. You don't need to say anything else. That's just dumb. When you say that, then I know you're taking your shit. You're not owning your shit. When you don't say that. I can say that. The left on my side needs to own their shit. You need to own your shit. Fuck out of here.
We've been through. Kimmel is reportedly furious over the decision and looking for ways to get out of his contract. Here is exactly what he said in his opening monologue on Monday.
We had some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from.
President Trump posted, "Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done." senior national correspondent William Lajeunesse. William.
That's your president. That's your president. Look at having the courage to do what they need to do. What? Yeah. That's all you got to do is listen to your president every day. Every day.
Well, here's two things here. What Kimmel said, and secondly, why stations want him off the air. But then there's another layer. There's a $6 billion sale of some TV stations that some feel ABC caved to government pressure to get the deal done. But let's start with Kimmel. Seen here after ABC suspended his show for comments about Kirk's killer and this joke about President Trump.
This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
Well, many found that offensive. Also, Tyler Robinson's mother says he's politically left, pro-gay and pro-trans rights. Kimmel is wrong.
To see that America's broadcasters are standing up to serve the interests of their community. We don't just have this progressive foie gras coming out from New York and Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So that prompted this from the ACLU and Democrats. Jimmy Kimmel is the latest target of the Trump administration's plan to silence critics and control what American people read and watch.
That's the same energy that we want to have on your side. When something happens on everybody's side, that's the same energy. When you stand up for your side to say whatever they want, you all are standing up for your president to say this. Then you should be able to stand up for whatever Jimmy Kimmel said. It's bullshit. It's okay when it's on the right. No, not critics, but like, yeah, okay. Then how do we explain Colbert? We can't explain Colbert.
This is just despicable, disgusting, and against democratic values.
America is a less free place if late night comedians cannot do and say what they want.
We should not be going after people for this. Look, did he get some things wrong? Yeah. I mean, but he is not a commentator, a news anchor. This is somebody who's a comedian.
Well, many feel he is a social commentator.
I mean, if it was a business decision, then that's okay. If it's a business decision, right now it's murky, right? Right now it's kind of murky. Okay. Who knows? We don't know. If he was fired because he wasn't any good or business-wise, okay, fine. You got fired because of that. But don't be dancing on his grave like, oh yeah, he said something about Charlie, so he should be fired. That's not how that goes. That's not how it's supposed to go. Okay? That's not how it's supposed to go. Here we got, what's this next guy? Here we go. We got
Reporting. Thank you.
Ben
That says it all about the ratings. In focus now, Ben Shapiro, podcast host.
You all please hit the like button coming in. Please hit the like button. I appreciate it. Or the hate button, whatever button you feel like hitting, but hit the button. Please and thank you.
Great to see you today. First of all, you're in the media. You're seeing this blow up as we all did. And so
that's true, Peace Pack. That's
social media over the last 24 hours, especially last night. Your first reaction?
Brian.
My first reaction is I'm sort of surprised that it took 10 years for the public to sound off on how much Jimmy Kimmel sucks. I mean, the reality is that he's been awful at his job for full on a decade. His ratings have been terrible. He has become.
No, don't start that, Thomas. You know good and well we saw people online dancing on the grave of George Floyd. Stop it. Stop it.
Not a comedian, but as Guy Benson over there has said, the woke pope of late night comedy. And so affiliates looking at Jimmy Kimmel at this point and saying, you know what, we don't wish to be associated with Jimmy Kimmel's program. That is perfectly well within the ambit of what affiliates very often do when they don't like the programming or they don't like the things that particular hosts are saying. Sinclair has made very clear their feelings about Jimmy Kimmel. They say they're going to replace his show on the air this Friday with an hour-long tribute to all of our friend Charlie Kirk, which I think is exactly the right move. I would not be shocked at all if that tribute received significantly higher ratings than Jimmy Kimmel's show did in that slot.
Well, back in 2017, there was somebody who already felt like Jimmy Kimmel didn't have great humor. In fact, he tweeted about it. Charlie Kirk. Look at this. Charlie Kirk said then, October 5th, 2017, Jimmy Kimmel isn't funny. Ben.
Well, I mean, Charlie was right about a lot of things. That is just another thing that Charlie was right about. And again, I think that the question as to whether Kimmel is losing his position, whether he ever comes back.
That's my question too, St. Charles. If Kimmel was bad for 10 years, well, why did y'all wait for Trump to say something to realize that he wasn't no good? Okay. He's still a human being, Thomas. He's still a human being. It doesn't matter how he died or when he died or what he died. He was still a human being. Okay. Nobody went to your job and tried to cancel you because you danced on his grave. Nobody tried to get people fired then.
Due to public pressure or whether it's due to the Trump administration is an interesting question. But there's no question that the general public was not buying what Jimmy Kimmel was selling. And that was evident from the ratings. And if affiliates, again, say, you know what, we don't wish to put this on our stations. Right. Well, nobody has a right to a late night show on ABC or its affiliates.
Right.
Well, Kimmel was far from the only person in the legacy media pushing the false narrative that the suspect was MAGA and motivated by far-right ideology. Watch this.
The shooter was right-wing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's not really hard to figure out. In fact, he was very, very right-wing.
He had at least some association or affinity or fascination or interest.
I don't care what side he belonged to. He could have belonged to the giraffe side. He's still a killer. I don't give a damn about no Tyler Robinson. I don't give a damn about the situation at all because I didn't know none of them. Charlie Kirk is another person that gets shot and killed in this country. Ty Robinson is just another shooter in this country. Okay. We still got to keep going on. But right now we're having an issue with the freedom of speech. Don't try to stifle people because they want to speak or want to say whatever. I say your right. I give you the right to say it. Okay. I don't care whether it was Charlie or whether it was a Ty or it was a gay or transgender or one of them transformers. I don't care one way or the other. I will fight for your right to say what you need to say. And we all should be fighting for that right, for the First Amendment right.
In this Groyper group, which would lead you to believe that he's actually not a leftist.
There was an incredible amount of angry discourse from the right, blaming the Democrats, blaming liberals.
Well, I don't mind you blaming the liberals. I don't mind you blaming the Democrats. I don't mind anything. Y'all do know Antifa is not a black organization. Let's hope y'all do know that, okay?
Saying you're the reason this happened. Only to find out, surprise, 22-year-old white dude, love guns, didn't check it in them boxes y'all thought he would check, did he?
We need to listen to what that boy had to say. Why did he shoot? What was the point in him shooting? What was the point in him having him crashing out over Charlie? I'd be glad. I want to hear that interview. Okay. Antifa is not a black group. Jesus. Y'all don't read.
I mean, at least they are showing us who they are.
It was very clear early on exactly what was going on here. I mean, the early accounts from media outlets, including places like The Guardian and Tablet Magazine, were reporting that friends and family of the shooter said that he had turned very hard to the left. We knew very early on what was etched on those bullets, which included not only gamer language, but a language that was associated.
Yeah, I would love to be able to find out why the hell you decided that you couldn't you couldn't go to the marketplace of ideas and have a conversation with Charlie instead of breaking him off. You did it for no reason, and you're a POS, but there's a reason for what you did. I would love to find out. I can't wait till he starts talking, if he starts to talk.
With apparently trans issues. And of course, it was pretty clear very early on, as early as Saturday, actually, that this person was a gay man who was in a relationship with another.
Antifa is a woke white group. Why every time somebody think of Antifa, they think of black? Because I thought it was a black group until I actually looked it up. It's actually a white group. But it is what it is.
A man who believed he was a woman, and they were both into a phenomenon that can only be described as furriness. And so the idea that this was in any way a right-wing shooter was debunked extraordinarily early on. And yet that line continued to be retailed. Now we see a sort of backup line, which is, well, actually, it was just a personal psychological issue. It had to do with his relationship.
That man, I don't see how y'all stand that man right there. This damn Ben Shapiro. He talked too damn much. He act like he can't get to the damn point. I swear, he just be talking for no reason. Hold on. Here's our senator. I'm going to pull up our Senator Ted Cruz, what he says about censorship. We can't allow it. Like he said, we can't allow censorship like this. We can't allow, hold on. He said we can't allow people to be censored like this. Hold on.
Culture. He said something dumb. I also think, though, that ABC News was looking for a reason to get out for what you just described, which is you don't have anybody watching, the revenue's down, the guy's making I think, $16 million a year. And so this was a perfect opportunity to say, hey, we can get out of this with reason here.
You didn't hear me say anything about BLM at all. Just like KKK ain't radical, BLM ain't radical. Same thing.
Page 6 is even saying they even asked him if he gave some money and made a donation and apologized. And apparently he was saying, I won't do it. That's
you wild, J5. You wild.
what they're reporting tonight as well, is that they're saying, hey, he's like, no, I'm not going to apologize to the Kirk family. So it gave them even an easier ability to get rid of him and can this thing early.
Look, unquestionably, ABC was hemorrhaging money. This was a smart business decision. But
yeah, I never really thought about Antifa. I didn't know that it was a mixed group. I didn't know it was like a left wing woke group. I didn't know. I thought it was all black. No, the KKK ain't in the Democrats, Thomas. Get your literature together. They're on the far right. They're the alt-right. Okay? Alt-right, which means far right. They're not Democrats. Stop it.
also, what Jimmy Kimmel said was reprehensible. And I want you to listen to it. I want you to, if you're watching online, I want you to watch. This is the monologue that got Jimmy Kimmel fired. Give a listen.
We don't need to
construction podcast. You should go back and listen to it.
Right.
I went on CNN with Caitlin Collins, and she fought me like crazy. We don't know what the motive of this guy is. This murderer, this assassin, was a left-wing radical. He was an Antifa activist. He was a...
But you know, most people think Antifa is a black organization, and it's not. And it's not. KKK. Jim Crow. Jim Crow was like 75 years ago. Jesus, Thomas. Jesus. Please grow up and read. That's 70-some years ago. Please grow up and read.
Transgender activist. He was living with a transgender man transitioning to be a woman. Right. That transgender man was his...
Wait a minute. Was he transitioning? Was Ty transitioning? Or he was going to stay a dude? And maybe he was just gay. Or, I mean, I don't know.
Boyfriend. He wrote on the bullets Antifa and transgender slogans. He hated Charlie Kirk. He admitted all of this. It is unequivocal. This is a hardcore leftist. And I got to say, it is amazing.
And Jeffrey, then that's a women. Who is that? Then Butch, who is it? Well, I forgot. Yeah, Camp Gore. Then they a piece of shit group then.
The vast majority of Democrats today believe Charlie Kirk's murderer was a MAGA Republican because the media is corrupt and they are lying. When I was on CNN with Caitlin Collins, she refused to acknowledge that because CNN...
Well, see, I'm willing to wait for Tyler. I'm willing to wait for Ty to open up his mouth and say why he did what he did. I'm willing to wait for him to say that. I'm not willing to condemn him to anything. Hell, he might have just been shit. I don't know. He lived with Transformer. He just lived with one, and I don't know nothing about it. So I'm just saying, I'm willing to wait for the facts to come out about why he did what he did. Okay, I don't care who did. I don't care whether it was left, right, or center. That boy took somebody's life that he shouldn't have took. Period. Point blank. And blaming the left or the right, that don't mean nothing. It don't bring him back. It don't change nothing. Okay. No, there's still KKK around, Jonathan. Do your homework.
Is lying to their viewers. MSNBC is lying to their viewers. And Jimmy Kimmel stood up with his measly
Yeah, we got far right nut jobs too, Jimmy. Y'all own your shit. I need y'all. I need this crowd. I need y'all to own your shit. When your side fucks up, I need you to own your shit. Stop blaming your shit or any shit or all shit on the lefties. We need you to own your shit too. That's the only way we're going to get the hell out of this mess, is if everybody owns their shit. So coming in here saying radical left when we have a radical right too. I own all of my shit. I owned all of my shit.
1.1 million viewers.
No, it's not legal. Listen. Please go read reports. Stop just talking. Please go read reports. It's not mostly from the left. It's from the right mostly.
And lied to them. They said this murderer was a MAGA Republican. Now, ABC, theoretically, ABC News is a news organization.
You're right.
They should not be in the business of lying to Americans. And Jimmy Kimmel shamelessly lied to them because he has a political agenda. Truth be damned. And I think,
and by the way, it's top to bottom, so people understand this. And I'll give you an example. The View on ABC is actually, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, under the news division. Kimmel is under like that in general, I think entertainment, but under their news. If you want to know how much
is he entertaining?
Yeah, right, exactly. But if you want to know how much propaganda machine ABC News is,
I just told you, you don't have to believe me, Jonathan. That's all you got to do is look up the stats. That's all you got to do is look up the stats. Okay? You don't have to believe what I'm saying. I just told you that most of the shootings have come from the right. Most of the shootings have come from the right. The alt-right, regular right, whatever rights you all have over there. You don't have to believe me. Just go look it up. Why don't nobody look stuff up? Why they just say stuff? I looked it up. I looked up 5 reports. 5 reports. 5. And all 5 reports said most of the shootings came from the right. Please look, just go do the stats. I'm not going to argue with y'all about the garbage. 5 different places I looked up. Jesus.
This is just an example. It's a small example, but it's a powerful one. In 2025, The View has had 102 liberal guests on and not one single Republican guest.
But by the way, to be clear, Ben, I've been on The View multiple times. So I've written to date 4 books.
What is this?
For my second book, they had me on. For my third book, they had me on. Now, particularly for the third book, we got into it. It was a hell of a scrape. Whoopi Goldberg and the other cackling hosts of The View insisted.
That was the nicest way it's ever been put, by the way. That was very PC.
Didn't I refrained myself. I got to say, I'm on good behavior because I went through like 9 different nouns and I just went with hosts.
I like it. Well done.
But Whoopi and
you can go to you all can go to a place called Good Fact Media Bias and Fact Checker, All Sides Fact Checker, Ad Fontes, Ad FONTES. Go there and look at the facts. Ground Nukes. Go look at the facts. That's 5 different places I just gave you. All of them say it comes from the right. Just stop spouting facts. Go look it up. I ain't lying to you.
Insisted. She said, violence is only a right-wing phenomenon. I said, well, what about the Antifa and the Black Lives Matter riots all over the country that burned cities across America? And she looked at me befuddled and said, I don't know what a Antifa or Black Lives Matter riot is. You think about the millions of housewives that watch that.
Yes, the riots from Antifa were in the summer of 2020. But since 2020, it's been at least 6 political, whatever you want to call them, shootings, and 4 of them have been from the right. No, Thomas, you need to go look stuff up instead of telling me I'm saying stuff wrong. Man, prove me wrong. Put the link in the chat. And I'm talking about a reputable source. Don't tell me I'm lying and you can't prove me wrong. You're the one. I keep telling you, you're the wrong that's wrong. It's on you to prove me wrong.
Show that are lied to every single day. It went so badly for them that my fourth book.
No, I went to reputable sources like Pew Research, like those kind of reputable places, and I found the research and I found those. You need to go look those things up yourself. Instead of telling me I'm a lie, go look them up. Just go look them up. Unless you're just afraid to find out. No, those are not liberal sources. Those are your Trump warehouse, your Trump administration sources. What are you talking about?
Unwoke: How to Defeat Cultural Marxism in America, available on Amazon, by the way. When it came out, I reached out and said, "Hey, I'd like to go on The View again," and they said, "No, thank you."
Sure.
Like you
No,
kicked our
they didn't
ass.
want you anymore. They're like, no.
We cannot have. We are in the business of lying to our viewers.
Yeah.
And when you come on, you make it really hard to lie to our viewers because you actually bring up facts and substance, and we're just not good.
Yes, I want everybody to be. Now hold on. This is one. Okay, hold on. I'm finna give you another one from Elon Musk, calling for Destiny to be fired. Calling for Destiny to be fired. This should not happen.
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature.
The popular video game streamer known as Destiny has come under fire for inflammatory remarks made about the Charlie Kirk assassination. Destiny, whose real name is Stephen Bonnell II, streams fiery political debates on his website destiny.gg. This week on Piers Morgan Uncensored, he doubled down on his controversial comments.
If it turns out to have been somebody with a leftist ideology who wanted to shut up Charlie Kirk, would you condemn that?
I won't condemn anything until the president of the United States can go on air and say, all of us need to calm down.
So you won't condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk until Donald Trump says something.
Video of the appearance was reposted on X, where it racked up 5.7 million views. X-owner Elon Musk, who worked with President Trump on Doge, chimed in, tweeting, "I don't think this jackass should be banned, but Amazon should stop paying him to incite murder. That's insane." Separately, incitement to murder and domestic terrorism is a felony crime. For that, he should go to prison. He can resume streaming when he has served his term.
I know.
A few hours later, Destiny
the right
fired
is
back
so
with this
delusional.
claim.
That's why
Unreal.
it's scary.
Elon Musk and other conservatives just got me banned from Twitch. My entire income is gone now. So much for the party of free speech. However, critics quickly pointed out that the 36-year-old had already been banned from the streaming platform Twitch multiple times for hateful and incendiary language in 2018, 2020, and 2022 on a variety of hot-button issues that run the political gamut. His X handle is the Omni-Liberal, and he's endorsed several Democrats on the national stage since Trump took office. As the debate over free speech rages on in America, ever the troll, Destiny left his followers with this. "For the first time in my life, I'm genuinely scared for my own health and safety. I've endured a lot online throughout my career, but never anything to this magnitude. After seeing the owner of this platform, several members of Congress, and other prominent media figures attacking me online, I'm worried I'm now at risk for actually developing brain cancer after witnessing how fucking stupid most of these people are. Pray for me."
That's what we have to find out. This is what we deal with.
DL, we thought of you.
I don't want to listen to that one. But my whole point is this. We got free speech, or we're supposed to have free speech. Are you all practicing free speech? Okay. Now, hold on. They were there to disrupt the process, and I get it. I do. People want to ascribe blame to the other side. The other side is always wrong. The other side is never right. We never have, we never have the side to do the right thing. Okay. We never have them doing the right thing. Okay. Freedom of speech. If you're an advocate for freedom of speech, you need to show the same energy on all sides of these issues. on every side of these issues. Okay? You got to defend free speech. Okay, left assassination for speech. Yeah, well, the last one was Charlie Kirk. The one before that was what? Does anybody know the one before that? The assassination or attempted assassination before Charlie's? Does anybody know that one? Does it with black people protect? Does anybody remember though? No. That congresswoman and her husband? The congresswoman and her husband. Remember that one? Okay. Y'all don't remember that one. That one was the right side who did that. Okay. The right side. That was the last political shooting. And that was a murder too. Okay. That congresswoman and her husband. We don't see the selective outrage because she got murdered and it was by a far right shooter. It was a right shooter. Okay. Trump shooter was a Republican too. No, it's always the left. It's never the right who are radical in any way. It's always the left. You need to clean your house. You need to clean your house. No, they never want to talk about it and that's why I say you wanted your way, but then it's always the left way, but you don't want to talk about the congresswoman. Defending free speech is not just about politics either. It's about humanity and democracy that we have. We have to oppose people who doing cruel things like celebrating people's death. I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. Okay? I'm with you. Yes. No, some say violent on the left. No, Jerry, you post your link. Post your work. Don't be looking it up in conservative sources. Y'all go to Chat GPT. Better still, that's how you can get all of them. Go to Chat GPT. Okay? And say, list the last 10 shootings of political leanings. Don't look up some garbage. Type it in Chat GPT. Chat GPT probably ain't gonna lie to you. Okay. She worked for a company just like Jimmy Kimmel did. Just like Jimmy Kimmel. Okay. Gabby Gifford was shot by the right. That senator and her husband was shot by the right. Nancy Pelosi's husband was targeted by the right. Charlie Kirk, we don't know whether it was right or left. It's leaning left. So don't say your side don't do stuff. Own your shit. You have to own your shit. We own our shit. We're going to own our shit. Own your shit. Okay? Don't come up here spouting about the left when you don't want to own your shit. I haven't heard one person speak about that senator and her husband. Not one person speak about the senator and her husband. Okay? Not one. I ain't even seen it in the chat. No, I'm not spreading negativity at all. I'm saying to you, we all have to stand up for freedom of speech, the right to speak and say what we need to say, no matter who it targets, okay? Free speech only works when it's protected by everybody, okay? It only works when it's protected by everybody, not just those we agree with. You can't just like them because you agree with. Don't get mad because you see people on TikTok doing crazy stuff. Those are people on TikTok. Those ain't regular, ordinary individuals. Those are regular, ordinary individuals. That ain't the libs. Y'all got attitudes about people who on TikTok. Are you serious? It's when the representatives of our country are out here saying crazy and wild stuff that I have a problem. You should have a problem when people You should have a problem when your president gets up here and says, oh, it's amazing that you fired Jimmy Kimmel. It's amazing that people should get fired for this. That. Oh, it's about time that you fired X, Y, and Z. No, we're not trying to get people fired because they say what they want to say. We ain't trying to do that. The congresswoman in Minnesota, Camp Goer, her and her husband were killed in a living room, and they killed the dog. And then people, the MAGA right people in here talking about, no, it's not the right. Yes, it is. Own your shit, right side. Own your shit, MAGA. Own the shit that your side has done. Okay? Don't just tell me the left side, not my side. I'm in the middle. Don't tell me that the left side does what they do, but the right don't do anything. Okay. Yes, he do. When you work, it's okay when you work for a private company, you can say what you want to say, but you're not free from the consequences. When you're on the right, when you work for a public entity, private entity. I'm sorry. But when you work for the government, it's a little bit more stringent in what they can do to you. Freedom of speech. Okay. And Pam Bondi, who is the highest officer in the land, is saying, we're going to start cracking down on people and speech. She should know, if she had a brain cell put together, that you can't do that. Going down that slippery slope will get you sued really bad. Okay? Yes, there's crazy people on the right and the left. I'm just tired of the right saying it's all on the left when it's not. It's on the right too. Not one person in here who is a right winger has said anything about that senator who got killed in her living room with her husband and a dog about 2 or 3 months ago. I think it's 2 or 3 months ago. I ain't sure when it happened, but ain't none of them say nothing about that. Did you hear the president say? The president didn't even say nothing about it. When that senator and her husband got killed in their living room last couple of months, the president didn't say one word about her. Why is that? Not one word to a senator in Minnesota. Not one word about her or her family. And they shot her dog. Yes, this bitch is acting like she cares. And the bitch cares that you called her a bitch. Let me help you the fuck up out of here, okay? Jackass, let me help you the fuck up out of here. No, you be real with yourself. Own your shit. Stop saying left, 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 Jerry. Start to say every side does this stuff. And we need to stop it on both sides. Stop saying left, left, left. Own your shit. I can say, if I was a lefty, I could say my shit is fucked up. They don't have a leader. They don't have a clear direction. They don't know what the fuck is going on. See? You see how I own my shit, my side? Own your shit, own your side. Own your side. And the shit they do, I can own my side. It's not the same. It's not the same. The people that are celebrating Charlie's death are wrong. And they're pieces of shit. They're wrong. Okay? This environment is extremely polarizing. My plea is this simple. Respect human dignity. Respect people. Accept the responsibility that it comes with the speech. I get it. And fight for the right of all people to say what they want to say. Okay. Y'all hit the like button, the hate button. Y'all hit any button that you like. But please hit the button. That's just like ringing my doorbell and coming into my house and not greeting me. Hold on. Let me pull this shit together. I got to get the phone. I got to put the phone over there, okay? Hold on. I ain't got the phone. I forgot to put it in the chat box. It's got to be put in the chat box in order for you to for us to hear it. Hold on. Let me get it to the chat box so you can call. Hold still. Okay, wait a minute. Let me add it to stage. Okay. Now hold still. I'm putting it together. Here's the phone number. Now you should be able to call. Anybody want to call and have somebody convince me what's going on? The phone lines are open now. Please and thank you. Okay. Thank you, St. Charles. Please like and subscribe. Don't let Jerry back. Leave this Jerry around. Jerry is fine. Me and Jerry, we gonna get along just fine. We just gonna get along just fine. Anybody, the phone number is on the screen. If you want to call, talk, or we can do a panel. I love you, Frick. If you guys want a panel, I got a good time. Okay. I'm serious. Okay. Call, Jerry. If you call in, call up so we can speak. Or anybody who feels like calling. It'd be amazing if you can call. I just set the phone lines up, so we're good to go. Okay. And that was the first thing I forgot to do. I meant to do it, but I didn't. But I got it put together now. Okay. Let me see. Here we go. Put this over here. And then this over here. Here we go. You guys let me know if you hear this, okay?
To accept.
Jerry?
Hey. Good evening.
Hold on. Let me make sure they can hear you. Can you guys hear Jerry? Can you guys hear Jerry? Just put a yes, no, maybe. Frickle.
Can y'all hear me?
That's my. They're not saying anything. Yes, they can hear you. Okay. Oh, shit. Call back, Jerry. Call back, Jerry. What the hell? I hit the wrong button. I'm so sorry. Hit the right button. Call back. I am so sorry. I swear to God. I hit the wrong button, and I didn't mean to hang up on him. I was talking to him, and I was like, oh, I didn't mean to. Call back, Jerry. Sorry. Okay. Here
Call from Jerry.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hang up on you.
No, you cool. Like I was like, ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
So what do you
have a good topic before we get into the right and left bullshit that we always get into?
Yes.
All right. What about this dude, George Flynn? The dude that after Charlie Kirk shooting, he's the one that said, I did it, I'd do it again.
Oh, that older man, the old man.
Yeah. And then they let him go, right? They let him go, right?
Because he was off. They figured he was off.
Yeah, and then they rearrested him. And you know what they found?
What?
20 TP photos in his phone. He got rearrested.
For what?
Yeah, child porn in his phone. 20 images.
Oh, he asked out.
Yeah, no, I guess he called over 9/11. He was doing the same type of shit. Like, he's one of these people who are like really bad actors. But he's a chomo actor.
Oh, so he's one of those people that grabbed the spotlight. He liked to grab the spotlight, and then he grabbed the spotlight, and then they arrested it. Oh, he a weirdo. Okay, he one of those.
And then his last spotlight, he tried to grab. He got child porn images in his phone.
How do you keep that in your phone and you give it to the police? That's just dumb.
Because they all do that shit. I'm trying to say, let's make wood chippers great again. Like, can we put them all in wood chippers, feet first, on slow motion?
That's the same thing that happened to that couple that was messing with dogs and cats. They had
I heard about them too.
Right. They had it.
And what about all the fucking teachers? all the fucking female teachers who are molesting little boys.
Yes.
There's been like 5 cases in the last year.
Yes. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. They don't have no medical facilities to put these people in medical facilities, so all of them are running the streets.
It's just like, can you fix your chomo? Because they got the highest rate of redoing it.
What?
Yeah, most pedophiles, if you give them bond, let them out, they repeat themselves. Like, I don't think there's no cure for that type of mental illness. Like, if you're going for children, like I don't think there's no cure for it.
Michael said, "Dumb people think smart people are weird." You wild. That's crazy. Deport them to North America. What is they talking about? Deport who to North Korea? What?
All the chomos. I agree. Take them in North Korea.
Put them on an island, do something. You never know. Answer, do you think Ashley Bobbitt deserved to be shot and killed? Ashley Bobbitt. Is she the lady who was
Ashley Bobbitt.
She was at the January 6th door? Is that her?
Oh, it might be. I'm not sure. I can't. I know somebody got shot and killed.
Jerry, you can't say the P word. You got to say PDF file.
Oh.
You can't say pedo or you say pedo, but you can't say the whole word. You got to say PDF. It's called PDF.
Well, what about chomo?
No, you can't say that either.
Oh shit!
Because they will ban you on here for real. They will ban you on here.
See, that's crazy to me. Why?
I don't know. I mean, it just depends. It depends on, if they get a hold of what that you go to different chats and you say different things. Oh yeah, they will take you out of there.
It's just like, why do they deserve protection? I don't get it.
No, yeah, but see, that's the whole thing. That it's a protected thing, right?
Oh, that's why Trump in there, right?
Yeah, it's a protected thing, and then they gonna put you out the pasture if they. I mean, look, some of them people are protected, just like people with the little hat. Just like you can't criticize the people with the little hat, you can't criticize them.
That's why y'all say little hat. I get it now.
Okay. Because yeah,
but damn, that's her culture though. Like that's to me, that's not racist. Like, I don't understand.
No, I mean it's not. But we still can't say. They will instantly. If I was to say, if they got a wind of anything like that, they would just shut it down. It just
wow.
Down. Yep. That's how a lot of platforms be down. Wait a minute.
My thing is
talking about the girl from January 6th. That's who it is. The Ashley Babbitt from January 6th. She's the girl who got shot.
I mean, all right, this is some my far right. Let's be honest, y'all. He was doing some January 6th riots coming through a window at a White House. A security guard just popped the shot. Guess what? There was a bunch of y'all. We took a casualty. But you can't say that, oh, it was wrong. I mean, you don't storm the fucking Capitol, right?
Apparently he was so afraid of this woman coming through the window. He was so afraid of her coming through the window. I don't know why he was so afraid, but he was
because they storming the Capitol.
Yeah, but I would have had to. Why they didn't have no? Wait a minute. Why didn't they have any kind of barriers for the doors, like jail doors? You know what I'm saying? That would slide across and lock. You know what I'm saying?
And if you think about it, it's a fucking Capitol. Why was it way more
secure,
protected than what it was?
Right. But then again,
unless that shit was orchestrated, y'all.
Yeah, but they didn't expect so many people to, show up. They didn't expect that many people to show up. I mean, if you only expect 100 people to show up and then 1,000 show up, you overwhelmed because you only got like 10 people. How 10 people gonna keep 1,000 people out? I don't know the numbers of January 6th. I don't know none of the numbers.
I know there's a bunch of them.
But I know it was a whole bunch, and I know that they were overwhelmed with these young people, or these people who hit the door. And they were afraid. They didn't know what was going on. It was a whole big slew of them. And
kind of, if you think about it, why wasn't you take a shot at the white girl? What about the fucking 30-year-old white male that can do more damage than the white girl?
Because she was the only one that was coming through the door. They
were all coming through the fucking door.
No, she was the one climbing through the window. She was climbing through the window. She was the only one climbing through the window. That's what got her. That's what happened to her. That's why she was the only one that was right there. And they were like, uh-oh, we got to do what we got to do. And that's what
Well, in my opinion, fucking play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand that this is an issue with her. I understand completely. I'm just saying, why didn't they have, as soon as they saw all those people coming across the street, why didn't they call all the off-duty officers? Why didn't they call the regular police? Why didn't they call somebody to get everybody in line? No, y'all can't come up these steps. No, we finna shut this shit down before you
Right,
start.
let them get all the way to a window.
Right. And then you let them get all the way to the door. Why y'all don't have steel bars? You know how a jail cell close, they got steel bars and the jail cell closes like that? The door in the jail cell. Why they didn't have those over the door of the Capitol? You know, that would slide across in the Capitol and then they would lock inside from inside. Because if you break the regular door, you would only hit the jail cell door and they couldn't have got any further. Why didn't they have those things?
Well, see, I can kind of see why they don't do that, because it's supposed to be a free country. It's supposed to be like, we don't want to look like we're like jail bar, lock up our capital, because it don't make us look very free, does it?
No, yeah, but still, now hindsight, okay? Hindsight.
But then my thing is too is like, all right, I want to go back to this.
Right.
I can't use the P word. We gotta call things little hats. We gotta like. Is the internet censoring our speech, y'all? Is the internet censoring our fucking speech? Are we losing our First Amendment due to the internet?
They're looking at it really bad now. They're looking at it really terrible. Now that Destiny did what he did, which was bonehead. They sent there's a message out. Don't do anything where you're gonna get censored or that you're gonna
That's
get.
what I'm saying. So like, what happened to free speech?
Because this is a private company. They can fire you here.
So is it going to like back to the zeitgeist thing, back to like the Rothschilds and all them run things, and now they're just taking away our amendments slowly right in front of our faces, and we're all arguing about dumb shit as they slowly fucking shut the door on us?
Yes.
Is that what's going on? Because I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. The internet was supposed to be a safe place.
Yes.
To voice yourself. And
that's
now
what
all of
I'm
a sudden
saying.
they're voicing, they're locking down TV shows. They're locking down our speech. I can't call a chomo a chomo.
Right.
I'm like, this is looking kind of crazy. It's looking like a jail society. It's looking
that's
like.
Why I'm saying to you all, we got to push back against this censoring people. I know we don't like the people dancing on Charlie's grave. I know we don't like it. I know it's a whole thing, but we got to push back because the walls are starting to close in.
No, you're left middle, I'm right middle, and I agree. I hate the people who are voicing about Charlie's death and being like, oh, ha, 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 ha. I get it. But at the same time, that's the freedom.
Right. And we can't allow them to say because see, Ted Cruz, the senator, he said, if we start censoring what the left says, when the left is in power, the left is going to start censoring what we said. And then all of a sudden, we don't have no.
Everybody censored.
So we can't do that. We got to let them say what they want to say. And if they employed by somebody and that employer gets a wind of what you say, that employer can fire you.
And that's the tricky part is private companies.
Right.
That's tricky.
This right here is a private company. So they
I know. They're all private companies doing it.
Right.
It's kind of tricky now.
Right.
Like now it's really tricky because now like, well, private companies don't have to follow the Constitution. And it's like, I don't get that. Like, what do you mean? Constitution's for all Americans. It should go for, I mean, I know separate church and state, but private companies, that was never in there.
I mean, it's like, it's scary because if we don't push back on this, we just got to respect the dead. We're going to respect Charlie. We're going to respect, he had his right to say what he needed to say. This is a part of a healthy dynamic, a healthy democracy when people can express how they feel. I might not like it and your employer might not like it, but you have a right to say it. Don't get mad at somebody for saying it. Just get them people, call the employer and say, this is what happened and X, Y, and Z. But I wouldn't start doing that, because then we got a whole cancel culture for real. You remember years ago when everybody was telling on the men, oh, he touched me.
The Me Too movement.
Yeah, that Me Too movement. We don't want that to come back now, do we?
No.
That was where we was arguing about free speech.
We're doing it right now. It's kind of crazy. It's like, why do private entities? And I know I watched that guy's got this proven religiously, but the other two chapters didn't. And I'm like, why? It's kind of like they're doing exactly what that video said.
Right.
Internet was first. Lock it down. When me and you are no longer to talk and give our views no more, we know we lost.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I'm glad we got this healthy dialogue. We can have a conversation. You can be on the right, I can be on the left. I'm not a libertard. I'm just a normal person who is afraid and wants to live in our country. And I just want us to be, y'all already know my priority. Old people, disabled, handicapped. Those are my priority. Rest of y'all can kick rocks. Okay. My priorities is the handicapped, the old, and the disabled. In that order. Okay. And freedom of speech is a part of what I want to preserve, because this is a part of our Constitution. It's our First Amendment. We can't let them take the First Amendment. Just like you said the other day, you said you don't want nobody taking away your Second Amendment, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You can't. Don't do it.
So I don't want nobody taking away my First Amendment. I don't want people putting no hesitation or no blocks on freedom of speech. I get that there's hate speech. I get that. But the people have a right to say it. We cannot start banning that. We cannot start. Y'all don't want the people on the right. Y'all don't want nobody to ban the Second Amendment. We don't want people trying to ban the First Amendment.
And the right don't want the First Amendment banned either. I'm gonna jump off the line because I want to know what the chat thinks. Like, y'all, are we being censored through the internet? Is the internet the first tool they're using to ban the First Amendment?
I hope not, because I enjoy going through the internet and seeing different ideas, seeing people express things differently, seeing people be able to do whatever they want to do. I enjoy going through the internet, saying whatever I want to see. I understand that there should be limits on it, but I still enjoy going to see creative people here, there,
and y'all know they're talking about banning TikTok too, right?
Yeah, I know that. That's what I'm saying. We have to fight this First Amendment. We need to fight. You need to protest. We need to be talking about it. Do not shut people down. Do not stop people from talking about X, Y, and Z. We're not going to talk about kids. We're not going to talk about X, Y, and Z, but everything else we should be able to talk about in a reasonable manner. That's all I'm saying.
So I'm opening up the lines. I want to know if anybody's going to back this conversation up.
Okay.
TY Pro, I love you, prick. Later, y'all.
You stop it. Bye, Jerome. Bye. Okay. Yo, wild. Okay. So this is where we at. We agree. So we all agree that we all agree that people have a right to say what they need to say, what they want to say. But if you're if you are dealing with a private employer, they might shut you down. Okay. They might shut you down. I got this commentary about Destiny. Okay. Destiny, a prominent political streamer and commentator, has faced multiple platform bans and demonetizations, significantly impacting his online presence and income. I would be amazed if he's not a millionaire by now. So Destiny is going to be all right. Okay. If Destiny did the investments like he said he was doing, Destiny going to be all right. Okay. So we ain't going to worry about no damn Destiny. Okay. In September, Destiny revealed that his YouTube channel had been demonetized. So it's been demonetized and he anticipated a permanent ban. I don't know whether I don't think he's been permanently banned. I think he's just been demonetized. And he may be able to get his channel back undemonetized. Okay. I ain't sure. I'm not sure how that works. He expressed frustration over the lack of specific reasons provided by YouTube, stating, I feel like my YouTube is going to be permanently banned soon because I got like broad demonetization yesterday. So they didn't say what video got him banned. They didn't say anything about that, so he don't know. He also drew a parallel to the cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel, suggesting that if such actions could happen to a late night host, they definitely could happen to him. In 2022, Destiny was permanently banned from Twitch due to hateful conduct. He later disclosed that this ban was likely a result of comments he made about the transgender community during a live stream. In October 2024, he shared an 18-second clip from that broadcast where he referenced members of the trans community. I'm not going to say exactly what he said. In July 2024, Destiny was also banned from Kick, a streaming platform, following controversial remarks he made about a tragic incident involving a firefighter in a Pennsylvania rally. Damn, Destiny. Okay. Additionally, Destiny's monetization on X, formerly known as Twitch or Twitter, was paused after he posted content that was considered inappropriate by platform standards. This action was reportedly influenced by Elon Musk, who had previously criticized Destiny's statements and called for legal consequences. Let him say what he wants, but then also pay the price under the law, which is how it is. These series of events have led to a significant loss of income for Destiny, but Destiny is a millionaire times over. He should be, from all of the streaming that he does, from all of the money that he made from, because they make decent money from the platforms here if they work the platforms enough. Okay. So he's been working the platform for years, so he should be a millionaire. Destiny is going to be all right if he got investments. He says, my entire income is gone now for so much for the party of free speech. You get to say what you want, but this is a private employer, and a private employer can fire you. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying he can be banned. And demonetizations across multiple platforms is a challenge for a lot of creators. I don't know nothing about it. I'm just getting started. I don't want to be demonetized. I haven't done anything I think I would be demonetized for. Destiny is a whole nother level for me, and I ain't nowhere near his level. So his controversial statements sparked debate about the limits of free speech and talking online. We can't allow the government to come in and try to tell us what we can and cannot say. We cannot allow them to do that. Otherwise, we're going to lose our right. You can't. Everybody wants a certain amendment to stay. You want the amendment to stay where it's at. First Amendment, Second Amendment. We don't want those amendments to be altered in any way. So we have to fight back when people want to change those. Okay, Ty, you said you was calling. Are you calling? Okay. That's why the last free speech would be with our voices. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the internet has nothing to do with the Constitution. But I heard over there on that Twitter, on that TikTok thing, that they get, I don't know whether they get banned, but they get their video get taken down or something to that effect. I ain't sure how that works over there. I'm not sure how that works. Okay. So I'm saying there's things that happen and over there in that TikTok thing. And TikTok is being taken down. It's supposed to be taken down. I don't know when, but I was under the impression it was supposed to be gone in January. Apparently it ain't going nowhere. Okay. But I don't know how that works. Was it shut down because of freedom of speech? Was it, why was it shut down? You guys supposed to be hitting the like button. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, please and thank you. Hit the like button or the hate button, whatever button you like, but please hit the button. Okay? We're having the conversations about freedom of speech over here. Okay? I know they hit the like button. Why y'all guarding the like button? Y'all come into the house and then don't know how to hit the like button. It ain't like I'm asking y'all for super chat. Oh shit. I forgot about the super chat. Hold on. Let's answer the phone. Here we go.
From
Pro to go.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, Ty. What's happening? What do you have on the subject, sir?
HQ, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm doing good. I'm good. How's
You
it
was
going?
having we having a great conversation, and I do agree with you. You know, freedom of speech is definitely under attack,
Yes.
but I think that it's only under attack right now because
Ooh,
it's their guy.
you sound terrible. What's going on? It's like you standing
I'm,
behind
I'm at I'm at a truck stop getting fuel. Let me call you back once I fuel up.
Okay. Call me back. Okay. Yeah, he was being a prick. But I'm saying we that's something that we definitely got to fight back on, y'all. We definitely got to fight back. I want us to definitely fight back. And we need to call it out every time we see it. Why would you want to censor people? I mean, if we all thought the same, we would be doing the same. We would all be the same. We are all not the same. We are all individual people. We all have individual thought, individual processes, individual ways in which we express ourselves. I don't feel good. I don't feel good with people censoring what I say and how I say it, or other people for that matter. Because the TikTok people, I hear all the time, the TikTok people get broke off. You know, they be trying to break the TikTok people off. Is that true? For the things that they say. Okay. For the things that they say. Is that the way it's supposed to be? I don't think it's the way it's supposed to be. That's why I want people to be conscious of these doggone them saying we can't say X, Y, and Z. Them saying we can't do X, Y, and Z. Them saying X, Y, and Z. Okay. I want people to be conscious of this. Okay. Hold on. We have a phone call.
Call from.
Jack Daniel.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Jack.
How do you make an egg roll?
I don't know.
You.
I don't know, Jack, but something was coming and I didn't like it. Now, if you want to have a conversation, I wouldn't hang up on you, but I'm not for the script. I'm not for the bad words or the crazy words or the we not doing none of that. Either you're going to be an honest broker or you're not. And I get it. If it was funny, it was going to be funny. You should have told me it was going to be funny. But I'm not going to hold no room for somebody that might say something crazy. Okay? I ain't holding no room for somebody who's going to say something crazy. Okay? So, no. Love you. Thank you, Jack Daniel. Sorry.